Ukraine claims attacks on Russian drone storage airbase and military plant, just as 2 people were killed by Russian shelling in Ukraine's Kherson region.
Planes airdropped aid into Gaza over the weekend, though both aid groups and Palestinians say changes have been only incremental. The export of natural gas from Azerbaijan to Syria via Turkey began this weekend, with the Turkish energy minister calling on Europe to step up their help. SpaceX delivered a fresh crew to the International Space Station on Saturday, making the trip in a quick 15 hours.
Ukraine on Saturday said its drones hit a Shahid storage airbase and a military plant in Russia. According to Ukraine's security service, the attacks hit the Primorsko-Akhtarsk military airbase in Krasnodar Krai, just as 2 people were killed by Russian strikes on Kherson. Kyiv claims the electro-Pribor plant in Penza works for the Russian defense industry. According to Ukrainian special services, the facility contained equipment for digital networks in military command systems and devices for aviation, armored vehicles, ships, and spacecraft. The Ukrainian drone attacks overnight into Saturday killed 3 people, Russian officials said, while Ukrainian officials reported 2 people were killed by Russian shelling in Kherson. The deaths in Kherson were the latest in a barrage of Russian drone and missile attacks on Ukraine, including that of the capital, Kyiv, early Friday that killed 31 people, among them 5 children.
Planes dropped aid from European countries and beyond into Gaza over the weekend, though both aid groups and Palestinians say changes have been only incremental. Dozens of tons of food and medical aid was dropped by Germany, France and Spain. Both Italy and the Netherlands are set to join efforts to airdrop aid into Gaza next week, according to the country's governments. However, officials warned that enough relief can only be provided by land. At least 18 people were killed by Israeli fire in Gaza, according to local hospitals, 8 of whom were reportedly aid seekers. An Israeli strike also hit a family house in an area between Zawaida and Deir al-Bala, killing 2 parents and their 3 children, according to Gaza's health ministry. Another strike reportedly hit a tent where the displaced have sheltered in Khan Yunis, killing a mother and her daughter. Israel's military did not immediately respond to questions about the strikes or deaths. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation said nothing happened near their sites. The export of natural gas from Azerbaijan to Syria via Turkey began this weekend. At the pipeline's inauguration ceremony, Turkish Energy Minister Alparslan Bayraktar said the electricity supply to Syria would now increase from 3 to 4 hours a day to 10 hours a day. He also called on other European nations to step up their help of Syria.
Bu projeyle biz Suriye'deki özellikle Halep'teki üretim santrallerini devreye alacağız ve 5 milyon hanenin elektrik ihtiyacı bu şekilde karşılanmış olacak. Tabii Suriye'nin ihtiyaçları çok, altyapı ihtiyaçları, diğer ihtiyaçlar. Onun için yani Avrupa Birliği ülkeleri, Avrupa ülkeleri, Batı ülkeleri bu anlamda oradaki hayatın normalleşmesi için gereken bu projelere destek olmaları, sahiplenmeleri, bu projelere katkı sağlamaları önemli.
Syrians have been struggling with serious energy shortages since the start of the civil war. The conflict paralyzed the country's electricity grid, more than halving its capacity to generate electricity. SpaceX delivered a fresh crew to the International Space Station on Saturday, making the trip in a quick 15 hours. The 4 US, Russian and Japanese astronauts pulled up in their ship after launching from NASA's Kennedy Space Center. They expect to spend at least 6 months in orbit, swapping places with colleagues who've been there since March. Their arrival temporarily puts the space station population at 11, though 4 astronauts are expected to be brought back to Earth as early as Wednesday.